Hi, my name is Clara, and I'm going to be walking you through the second violin part of Impulse. So just starting off, looking at this piece, you can see that it is in the key of D, which means that you have two sharps, F and C, and you are in 4/4 time, which means that there are 4 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets the beat. Just looking at this piece right off, you don't really have a lot of metronomical change, which is pretty nice. With that being said, you need to be really aware of the tempo with this piece because we play a lot of the same notes, and so it's really easy to get lost. And so whether that be just kind of tapping your foot along with Mr. Smith or watching him, you're watching Mr. Smith in his cues, that's really important. And just kind of leading from any section. Like when you come in, just on the first note, just kind of inhale together, like 1, 2, 3. Just kind of breathing together so that if someone's lost and you're breathing together or playing together, that it's really easy to get back in. And I think that's really important. So you start this piece out of forte, and from what I can tell, you stay at that dynamic throughout unless you're told differently by Mr. Smith. Just kind of stay confident. And as a second violin, you're not really the melody very often, but at the same time your part is important, so make sure to play it out and just listen to dynamics. The bowing is pretty straightforward throughout this whole piece, but that being said, you still need to be aware of the bowing. So the practice tempo is quarter note equals 70, so I'll just start that and stop when necessary. So just in that first line, the rhythmic side of it is pretty simple, which is good, but at the same time, if you're struggling with that, something I do sometimes is when I'm practicing, I'll just say the rest out loud. Like, I'll just play the notes, and then when I have rest, I'll just say rest, rest. So I know when to come in. Either that or just in my head just going 1, 2, 3, 4. And I just count it, and I just keep watching the music and stay with my section, and I think that makes it a lot easier in pieces like this. Okay, so starting at measure 7. So something that's pretty important, I think, is whenever you have an whenever you have an A or a D, trying as much as possible to play it with 4th finger, because the tone quality of a lot of pieces, it sounds a lot better when you play it with 4th finger rather than open string. So I think throughout this whole piece, maybe even just marking in 4 whenever you have an A or a D. Okay, so this is 21. Or sorry, 19. I think something that's really important about this piece, or any piece, is that when you mess up, just keep going. Unless you're at home practicing, then work that part. But if you're in orchestra or you're at a concert, just keep going. And the audience won't even know that you messed up. Or no one will know that you messed up because you just keep going. And if you act confident, then it won't be a problem. I think if you can, use vibrato on the long notes, but if you can't, that's fine too. I think because we don't have the melody, just make sure you're listening to the firsts or the cellos or the basses or the violas or whoever has the melody, that part, and just kind of being aware and listening to everyone around you. I think that's really important. Okay, so now I will play it at 144, which is the concert tempo. See, there I messed up. You're only supposed to play 3 notes at the end, so just make sure you do that. So I think what's really important about this piece is just listening to recordings of it so you know what it sounds like. Staying with your section, leading from any section, just following Mr. Smith, bowing, that's really important, and keeping the key signature, making sure you're in tune. I think just at-home practice can fix any of those problems. So I'm Clara, and this was the Violin 2 part of Impulse.